Hello, it's the governor. How you doing? Coming to you today. Bring you a quick lesson. Y'all see I was on the move. Still got my stuff on here. Uh, Today I want to talk to you about real quick. The title of the lesson is correction. It's about the message, not the method. And this are for those who are looking to bring thinking with the big head home, to bring it to a functional piece of work. And with that being said, the essence of thinking with the big head is the essence of taking the correction that is given to you and apply it. So people tell you things, and a lot of times we tend to get hung up in how they tell it to us. I don't like the way this person said this to me. I don't like the way this person made me feel. This, that, and the third. And we miss what it is that the person is saying. Why? Because we want to deflect attention away from us. We don't want to really concentrate on what it is that the person is making an effort for us to see. And being, or let me rephrase that, growing up kind of the bad boy, I received a lot of correction. Sometimes I had to go to the principal's office. Sometimes I just had to talk to the teacher. Sometimes they had to call my mom. When I got home, that was another level of correction that I had to deal with. All of these people were trying to drive home a point to me. I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do this. No. I wanted to get mad at why are you telling it to me this way? Why I gotta be treated like this? Why this? Why that? Instead of figuring out, hey, these people are telling me I need to sit my butt down and keep my mouth closed. I need to figure out how to sit my butt down to figure out how to keep my mouth closed instead of trying to figure out how to beat these rules. While I'm trying to figure out how to beat these rules and fight these people, I'm not learning the lesson that they're trying to teach me. I'm not learning the qualities that I need to take upon myself to enhance myself. So, for me to achieve that purpose, I need to not focus on that. I need to focus on what they're saying, what I need to do. When I was in basic training, I was in a situation where I couldn't argue. I couldn't tell them they was wrong. I couldn't run away. I couldn't do none of that. I had to prove my point by being better. I had to prove my point by showing that I could do something. Showing that I can listen and follow instructions no matter how uncomfortable the instructions were. Because I understood that the instructions were not just in play for those simple things, but understanding that if I did the minute things, these minute things that made me uncomfortable or that wasn't in my nature, then it would open me up to be able to do the big things later on. If I learned how to march on beat going straight, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to march on beat when I turn. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to march on beat. And so my drill sergeant said, hey, hey, clown, get out of my formation. March back here with the goof troop. What choice did I have? I can't go home. Can't quit. Can't tell him no. Can't say, oh, this made me feel bad. I had to march back there with the goof troop. And you know what I said? I'm going to learn how to march on beat. I don't naturally have any beat. I'm black. I don't know how to dance. Why I don't know how to dance? Because I don't really know how to move separate parts of my body on beat together. I don't naturally have this ability. What did I have to do? I had to Make sure I said my cadence. Make sure I knew what foot was. I had to be something that I mentally had to do. But while I was doing that, I had to learn how to do other things while I'm marching. I had to do it. I had to force myself to condition myself to be able to do it. There was no choice. It was either that or fail. I'm not a failure. I'm not a quitter. I'm going to learn. I'm going to listen. I'm going to make an effort. I'm not going to bitch and complain about being in the goof troop. And it is embarrassing when your formation is marching in front of you and you guys are just, it's like you are in a group of 4 people or 3 people, or you may be back there by yourself. Just, you're not even really marching. You're just walking. And so, does it make you feel bad? Yeah. Everybody sees you. What does it do when I get back in this formation? I'm going to make a harder effort. I could be mad at the drill sergeant for making me be back there, but I'm only going to use that to, one, avoid being back there again. Because if I mess up, he's going to put me back there again. That's not his fault. It's my fault. I don't want to be back there. I have to do better. I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make people. Then I have to do something different. If I choose not to do nothing at all, I quit. Not doing nothing at all and separating yourself are 2 different things. Saying that I'm going to purposely separate myself from a situation to either work on myself or let the situation evolve, that's 2 different things. That's different from just giving up and saying, I'm not going to make any more effort. Because that's quitting. Stepping back and regrouping is like going into the huddle. It's like calling a timeout. Like the end of the quarter, end of the half, end of the season. I'm going to take this time in the off season to prepare for next season. But I'm gonna not get mad at the correction. I'm not gonna get mad at the yelling. I'm not gonna get mad at the ass whipping. I'm not gonna get mad at none of that. I'm gonna get mad at bettering myself. Because even if let's say I don't deserve that, okay, then I need to be better on what I choose to be around. I choose not to be around that correction anymore. I choose not to be whatever. But there has to be a choice, and the choice has to be targeted towards addressing the issue within the self, addressing the problem that needs to be corrected within self. If the boss hollered and screamed at me for being late, I'm not going to say, smuck the boss, because they were hollering and screaming at me. I'm going to be like, yo, I need not to be late anymore. Because the problem was I was late. Whether I feel like that was justified or not is not really the issue. Because if I quit the job and I go to another job, guess what? I still can't be late. So if I'm late there, I'm just going to get another form of correction, but it's still the same problem that I have to address. So I can't be late. So whether it's the person yelling at me, or the person that's sitting down and talking to me, the person that's giving me the book, or the person, whatever the method is, the situation still is the same. I need to work on the correction. I need to work on addressing it. Thinking with the big head gives me the tools that I need to take the correction and use it. Why? What does the big head say? Big head says, write things down. Write the correction down. Read some books on it. How to functionally do it. Keep them with you. Talk to other people that have experienced the correction so that you can get some first-hand account. on the process, on the stress, on the ups and downs, so that you don't have to feel like what you're going through is a singularity. It's what people go through when they go through this means of correction. Then, what do? Oh, excuse me, I left one out. I cut the people off that were enabling the correction. Then I find people that have the correction. And then, what is it that I do? Build with the creator on just becoming more effective with the correction. Making sure that I'm going about it the way that the creator would, so be it. Or what have you. Your creator, of your choice, of your understanding, things that you know. I use my hows and what, gain this correction, learn how to properly do it. Well, how do you think that I should do this? Is this working well? Do you think I should try it like this? Take it in, run it through your system, write it down, fact check it with some books. If it's not worthy correction, just log it. It may be one of those things that you know that doesn't work. So when you're looking at yourself and you see yourself, somebody tells you that you're doing something and you look back and you're like, hey, I'm doing something that somebody else told me I could do, but then when they told me I could do it, I told them that it wasn't going to work. But I find myself doing it. Is it working? Is this person telling me I shouldn't do it? Let me go back to this information, go back to my journal, write it down, log it. Why? This is what life is about. Life is about correction of self. To be what I want to be. I was born with some gifts. I need to use those gifts, learn how to use those gifts. I was born with some deficiencies. I need to learn how to correct those deficiencies, enhance my qualities, work well with the people around me. That's what thinking with the big head tells me. Use my teammates, get better. Win. That's what I'm here for. But if I have a problem, if I have a lack, if I'm not doing something right, then I need to focus on what it is that I'm not doing and focus on fixing that instead of focusing on the methods in which people are telling me this. I need to focus on doing this for myself and not necessarily for those people. If it's a correction that I need to make the correction for myself, not for the other person. Like, if it's a correction that will help me work with the other person, it's still a correction that I got to make for myself. I need to learn how to utilize what this other person is saying. Not run from this person because the correction is something the method is something that makes me uncomfortable. But the truth is, if they're giving me the correction, if they're giving me the wisdom and I need it, I need to take it. With that being said, measure it, look at it, write it down. Say, is this worth me applying? Do I need to apply it? But don't focus on the corrector. Don't focus on the teacher. Don't focus on their flaws. Don't focus on how wrinkled their clothes are or how unorganized they are or why they shouldn't be able to tell you to do this. Focus on what it is that they're telling you. Focus on, do you really need this information? Why are they telling it to you? What is it that they see in you? With that, it's the governor. If you have any questions, you have any problems, you have any situations, you can find me on icuonline.com. ICU, that's EYE, the letter C, the letter U, online.com. That's www.eye, the letter C, the letter U, online.com. If you want to send me any questions, you can send them there. Just inbox the governor. Thank you for your time. Power up. That's how I see you.